see if we can make this one as fast as video for number 10. 11, we're looking at, and we're trying to, there we go. We're looking at this and we say, hey, we have an x squared, we have a y squared, so that kind of narrows it down. We also know that we have our a term, which is 9, and our b term, which is now 1 in front of the y. Excuse me, I said b term, the c term. So a term and c term are same sign, but not the same number. So if you look back at our identifying sections, that falls under the ellipse category. So that we would identify as an ellipse. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to complete the square twice. But with this one, we get to do a little bit of shortcutting. There's no x term. It's just 9x squared. There's no x term alone. So we're just going to leave that alone, say 9x squared. And then we're going to keep moving. We're going to say plus y squared minus 18y. Here's where we're going to complete the square for the y term. So that looks like half of that is negative 9 squared, so plus 81 equals 0. But we also know that we added 81 to that side, so we have to add our 81 to the right. And again, I could have gone through completing the square for this 9x squared. What you would do is you would write it out as 9x squared plus 0x. And then if you complete the square, you'd say plus half of 0 squared, and it ends up being completely useless. So we're just going to continue on. We're going to say 9x squared plus, now this is a perfect square, so that's y minus 9 quantity squared, and that equals 81. We know it's an ellipse, and if you look back at the standard form for an ellipse, this can't equal 81. It has to equal 1. So what we need to do is divide both sides by 81. So we get x squared over 9, right? So 9 over 81 plus y minus 9 over 81, sorry, squared, equals 1. So if we check standard form, we have x, I don't know, you could write that as x minus 0 quantity squared just to be in proper form. But we'll just note that the h is 0, the k is 9. So x squared over a term, y squared over a term equals 1. We have our standard form. We've identified it as an ellipse. We are good to go. So moving on to number 12 in the next video.